Roblox has a new event called Roblox the Classic, and today I will be playing all of the games in it. Each game there are 10 ticks and 10 row coins. The ticks are usually scattered around, and the row coins you usually have to do something to get them. Join me in my quest in ranking all of the Roblox Classic Event games. Yeah, I'm surprised this game made it back in, and I'm not very happy about it. Toilet Tower Defense was not very good in the slightest. In fact, it was the worst in the event. You basically had to go around looking for ticks in the map, which that part wasn't so bad. You just had to go around looking for ticks. The worst part is when you had to go find the Robux coins, and the only way you could do that was doing quests, which means you had to play the game, and yeah, it was not fun. Clip It is just one of those games I don't really understand. It's basically, you go around and you take TikToks in Roblox is basically what it is. And in this, you just had to walk around finding ticks, which that was fine. That's what all the other games are basically doing. But the difficult part of this was not really what I expected. I walked around this world for a long time thinking I found it, but no, I realized, oh, okay, you can go into different worlds, and that's when I found one of the people. You have to find these people in order to get the coins, and I could only ever find one of them. Too many worlds, too hard to find all the people. Not a fan. This game was actually kind of fun to play on its own. I remember playing it in the Hunt and thinking it was fun, but for this event, I did not enjoy it at all. Basically, you had to drive around, and that's really, obviously that's it, it's a driving game, but there was 3 different ways you could get the coins, and they basically were all just ways to keep you in the game for a very, very long time, so I didn't even bother. I did go around trying to find all of the ticks, and I did get all the ticks just for fun, because you just go around the map finding them, and they're pretty easy to find. But you can either race Builder Man, you can be an Uber guy, basically, just bring people to where they want to be, and yeah, it just takes a long time. Bee Swarm Simulator didn't really make any sense. It's basically a tower defense simulator, but you don't get to put any people down, and you don't get to upgrade them. It's just you going in with the sword. But you basically just have to defend the bees. It has nothing to do with Bee Swarm in the slightest. You just beat up zombies and slimes. It wasn't fun. It was really difficult. And the ticks, I actually enjoyed the part with the ticks, but just fighting these slimes was not fun. And you just had to survive a bunch of rounds to get the Robux coins. However, I did enjoy the ticks. You had to go around a bunch of old classic Roblox areas to get all of the ticks, which I did enjoy quite a bit. They had the Cole's admin house, they had the Roblox headquarters, and they had a few other classic areas. Adopt Me was one of the first ones I did, and I was rather disappointed with it. I thought it had a lot of potential, but they didn't really do much. Noob guy, and he tells you, okay, upgrade this teapot. The more you upgrade it, the more blue coins you get, which took forever. I didn't even bother going through all of them, but yeah, it wasn't fun. Ticks wasn't too bad, you just had to go around the map looking for them. BedWars was okay. I did enjoy the penguins. I thought they were very cute and fun to fight, but basically you just beat up all the penguins. It was really that easy. The more you survive, the more Robux coins you get. Yay. But you know, the ticks were pretty hard to find. You couldn't really find many ticks, but yeah, the penguins were really cute. And for some reason, they were extremely tough. I don't know why. Liftopia was an interesting one. It wasn't bad, really. You had to go around the shop getting a bunch of items, and then you deliver them to the people that ordered them, and you get ticks across the map along the way. Easy as that. The only problems that this one has is that it's extremely repetitive and pretty boring, but I mean, it's not as bad as some of the others, so it wasn't terrible. Dragon Adventures actually impressed me a little bit. You had to go around the map finding eggs. Some were Robux, some were ticks. You had to click a bunch of areas on the screen, and you would incubate the eggs and get what you needed. It was pretty interesting, pretty fun. It was a little hard to find the eggs, but I did enjoy it. This is Landon during the editing. When I said I enjoyed it, I don't really mean that, because I just said I enjoyed it because they were mostly terrible, and that one was different enough, so it was okay. But if I'm being honest, it wasn't that great because most of these games weren't that good. So TDS, or Tower Defense Simulator, was pretty easy. Again, you go around finding ticks, which was basically what everybody else did. You just go around, find the ticks. That was pretty easy, pretty fun. But then you go into the actual maps that look like classic themed, and that was pretty enjoyable too. It is kind of tough, but I did enjoy the challenge. You basically fight the hacker 1x1x1x1, and he brings enemies that you have to fight, and it was quite enjoyable. I liked it. I enjoyed it a little bit. This is Landon during the editing. When I said I enjoyed it, I don't really mean that, because I just said I enjoyed it because they were mostly terrible, and that one was different enough, so it was okay. But if I'm being honest, it wasn't that great, because most of these games weren't that good. So Gunfight Arena was another one that took me quite a long time, at least 3 hours, maybe more. You have to go around shooting the ticks, which give you items, which that part I enjoyed. It didn't take too long. But then all of those ticks that you get unlocks a bunch of classic Roblox items that you have to fight with and get a certain amount of kills with. Like there was the classic slingshot, the classic paintball gun, and one of the classic bombs, which I thought was unique, and I really liked the idea, but I had to kill way too many people, so yeah. Restaurant Tycoon 2 was one I could easily do in the background while I was watching a movie or something, but I did really enjoy it. It had a nice premise. Basically, you have to serve all of the classic people, but the more people you serve, the more items, food, I guess is better, you get, and you unlock a bunch of the classic food, like the classic cheeseburger, the classic pizza, and the classic space sandwich, and I thought that was really unique, and I liked that idea a lot. I also enjoyed the ticks area, which was a lot better than some of the other areas you had to look for ticks in. Basically, some of the areas were classicified, and you had to go in those areas and find the ticks, so it was really easy to find where the ticks were, and it was interesting to see what new Roblox classic thing you'd see next. Dress to Impress was probably the easiest one out of all of these. You go in the tiny little area finding all 10 of the ticks, really easy. It's a really small area, so it's really crammed and easy to find. And then once you get second place for trying really hard in the competition, look at how hard I tried. I got second place. Look at me. I did so good. Once you get all the ticks, you go to this classic Roblox character, and you go into the pink portal once you get all the ticks, and it then takes you to an Obby that looks really classic, that has a theming with Dress to Impress. I actually really like this Obby. It was well done. It looks a lot like something Dress to Impress would make. And I thought it was really well done. The more you go through it, the more Robux coins you find. So I thought that was really well done, really unique, and I enjoyed it a lot. Blade Ball's boss fight was really unique, and I really enjoyed it. Fighting 1x1x1x1, the classic hacker, was really fun because he used a lot of admin hacks, which I thought was really unique and really well put into the game. Sometimes he would delete some of the areas of the world you're using. Sometimes he would use rockets to try and shoot you. Sometimes he would jail you so you couldn't move. It was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. However, the quest that you had to do made it obvious that they wanted you to stay in this game for a long time, and I did not enjoy that part. Finding the ticks was easy. Getting all the Robux coins, it took a long time with the quests, but the boss fight, really well done. Arsenal was another one that tried very well. They did a fighting thing where you have to fight 1x1x1x1 and all of his minions, and you have to go around this classic world trying to find him. It was really well done. I did this one with my brother. It was really well done, well made. You used some of the classic weapons, which I thought was fun, and you had to go around the map finding all of the ticks. And of course, you got to do some of the classic things like obbies. We had to do a flood escape thing, which I think was broken because it took us a lot of tries and it would not make sense if you did it single player. But once you got through that, it was fine. It was fun, even. And once you got through to the top, you could climb up this little ladder, jump over this little platform, and you then come up to the hacker himself. There's not really a boss fight. You just kind of press the button, which I think was pretty funny, and he just exploded. So it was pretty enjoyable. A Dusty Trip was definitely our favorite game. It was very well done, well made. You go into the classic world, you go into your classic car, and you start off on your journey. At 2,000 meters, the hacker 1x1x1x1 starts hacking the world, and he puts in bad guys that you gotta start fighting. Of course, there's ticks to collect as well. And you fight these balls that shoot rockets at you for some reason. And then you go across this bridge at 4,000 meters, which is pretty tough, not gonna lie. 6,000 meters, you had to fight the pirate ships. And there was 2 other things at 8,000 meters and 10,000 meters. But I'll save those for you to find, so that you can enjoy that as well. I'm not going to spoil those for you because it was really fun. And I definitely recommend that you should do this one, because out of all of these, this was the only one that I was actually enjoying the entire time. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one with my brother. We had to redo it a couple times for technical difficulties mostly, and we died also, but it was a lot of fun. The guns are a little finicky, sometimes they'll just face the wrong way, but other than that, it was a ton of fun and I enjoyed it a lot. And yes, we are including this one. Our number 1 pick, even though it technically isn't a game, is the Roblox Classic Event Hub. It starts off when you go into the Hunt event hub from the next one. It starts getting taken over by the Classic. The Cole's admin house falls down into the middle. It explodes and everybody in the server gets taken to the middle, and it summons you into the hub of the Roblox Classic Event, which I thought was fun. Well done. I enjoyed that. And then it gets even better once you get in. There's so much to do, so much fun to be had, and it was a blast. It starts off by telling you to find the OG tokens and to hunt for ticks, which are the main points that you gotta do. There were obbies everywhere that you could do, which were super fun and classic themed. Every time you got these row coins, you would do some of the classic Roblox dances, which I thought was funny, and it had a little cutscene, so I enjoyed it. You could go into the Cole's admin house and put on some of the classic skins like a guest, which almost made me tear up because I miss guests so much, and it brought back so much nostalgia. You could go onto the moon with a rocket ship. You could go into one of the really old mine carts, which for some reason led to a secret room with a doge. Sure, why not? You could go to the Roblox headquarters and go down into a secret bunker, and if you're wearing the t-shirt that says Roblox the Classic, you can enter a VIP room with a row coin. There's just so much more in this place. Of course, you got the carts, and it even had one of the guess the name walls things. My overall thoughts on this event were, I did not like it as much as the Hunt event. Yes, there are much less games, which I do enjoy, but I don't think there were enough games either. However, the way it's set up, I'm glad. I did not like the way they set this up. Having 2 currencies makes things way too difficult. I like with what the Hunt did, where you go into the game, you do the challenge, you get 1 badge. It's as simple as that, easy. Having 10 ticks to get and 5 row coins to get and 10 ticks to get, it made things really complicated for the game developers. I feel like they made you have to stay in a lot more than you needed to. Every game took too long to stay in for, and I didn't feel the passion, if that makes sense. For the Hunt, I wanted to get every single badge because I felt like I wanted to. For this, I didn't even bother to get every ticks and every row coins in the games that I needed. I only got as many as I needed to get all the items, and then I quit. I didn't even want to get all the stuff. It didn't feel fun. I enjoyed the hub. I enjoyed like 3 of the games, but that was really it. I did not enjoy much. I feel like if they want to work on this, they should probably have a few more games, have only 1 currency, like 1 badge, which I did enjoy, and make your games try harder, because I feel like most of the games didn't really try very hard. Again, some did try, but most did not. And yeah, that's really my thoughts on the Roblox Classic Event. Thanks for watching.